Jack drew his dual pistols, and then something astonishing happened. He released his grip, and both guns flew into the air, automatically chambering around. The man strode directly toward his target, while the guns floating on the ceiling silently advanced. Bruce prepared to rise and strike Jack, but in the next instant, one pistol drifted down, pressing against Nick's head. Despite this, Bruce showed no fear of the muzzle's threat. Just as Jack prepared to pull the trigger, he discovered the gun had become uncontrollable, then abruptly reversed its barrel. It turned out Bruce also possessed the superpower to control objects. He flipped the table over, seized one of the pistols, and began counterattacking. He could even form a barrier with his mind, blocking all the bullets. Jack was about to be overwhelmed, but at the critical moment, he too had learned Bruce's technique. He took cover behind a pillar, assessed his opponent's position, then hurled his pistol forward, using his mind to continue the assault. Bruce manipulated the gun, gradually closing in on Jack. Two guns exchanged fire wildly in midair. Before long, Jack's gun ran out of bullets. By then, Bruce's gun had reached Jack's face. Just as Jack tried to flee, the gun slammed into his head. Then, Bruce used the table to trip Jack to the ground. Bruce reached out, pinning Jack down with brutal force. Now defenseless, Jack could only endure the beating. Bruce slammed Jack violently against the pillar, then pressed him against the ceiling, grinding him savagely. Finally cornered and immobilized, Jack was trapped. Bruce prepared to crush him with his telekinetic power. It turned out Jack had inherited his father's telekinetic powers. When Jack was very young, his father was hunted down by the Bureau of Supernatural Abilities, an organization dedicated to capturing superpowered individuals. They sought to turn various psychics into their war machines through experimentation. Seeing the danger, his father immediately hid Jack before engaging in a fierce battle. Ultimately, the father was killed on the spot by Nick, the leader of the Bureau. Years later, though Jack had grown up, his psychic abilities remained at the level of his childhood and often failed to activate. That day, he intended to control the dice to land on a 6, only to accidentally roll a 1. Not only did Jack incur another death, but he also got beaten up by the other guy. Jack barely made it back home when the doorbell rang. Thinking his creditor had come calling, he raised his gun and slowly opened the door. To his surprise, a strange little girl stood outside. She barged right in. Jack tried to shoo her away, but she declared herself a seer with the power to foresee the future. She prophesied that soon both she and Jack would be killed.